Hello again everybody, it's a Friday, so that means it's Friday Para Vlog time. Now I'm just doing a quick one this week and I thought I'd do it about the Echovox. I call it Echovox, but I think you pronounce it as Echovox because what it is it's designed to record live EVP sessions, and it will record your voice and it will take the phonetics and start an echo, and it will replay what you've said over and over again, and whatever noise it's recording, such as the noise in the atmosphere and the frequencies of noise going on around us, and it will play it back and it will echo it, and out of those echoes it will generate other words, which can be quite freaky at times. You don't always have to have it set to echo though. You can have that switched off, and a lot of the time I do have that switched off because when you're talking and asking questions and stuff, and then you're hearing your voice come back through the phone, it's really annoying because it just is, and you then have to listen into the echo to see if you've picked anything up. So it's really cringy at the time when you're doing it as well, because let's face it, most people don't really like the sound of their own voice. And I don't. So yeah, that's quite annoying. So most of the time I don't have it on, but on occasion I do. And I have heard some more creepy stuff actually on the echoes than what I have without it off. But one good thing I would say about this is that it does generate very intelligent responses at different locations you go to. I've used mine loads of times now at lots of different locations, and a lot of the time I have found that intelligent things have come through which have responded to the location, such as names of people who have died there, them naming the rooms in the location, saying what's happened to them, saying how they feel. Also, it can get a little bit personal at times, like on a lot of occasions it's said my full name, and I'm finding that every time I use it, it says it. I've also found that it will say people's names who I'm investigating with at the time as well, such as it said Laura's name quite a few times now. I think it said Amelia's name as well. So that is kind of interesting that it can do that, which says to me that it's not just computer software which is able to access your details on your phone and stuff like that to pick out words from that, but it's actually communicating live with you there and then. So it's very interesting. Yes, so I would recommend getting one if you investigate frequently, because it's a nice little tool to have, and it's one of my favourites. Yeah, what can I say about it? What more? I would recommend having, definitely you need an external speaker to have with it, because just using it on the phone on its own, it's not loud enough. You need a plug-in speaker or a Bluetooth speaker basically. And what I would recommend doing as well, which I tend to do, is when you're asking a question, put your hand over the speaker so it quietens it down. And then when you take your hand off the speaker, you can then listen to see if it's saying anything intelligent. Because what I've found is if you don't do that, it's basically giving off words and things like that. And you stumble when you're asking questions, because if you hear it make a noise or say something, it kind of interrupts what you're saying, and you don't know if you're actually missing something good. But another thing I would definitely recommend, which I always do, is record using an external camera, because then when you get home you can put it through your computer and review it on some editing software, which is really important, because on the night or the day, whatever you're doing, you don't always hear it correctly what it's saying. And when you listen back, a lot of the time, you'll hear loads more words that you didn't hear at the time. And they're usually very, very intelligent words. Sometimes they can be really upsetting. And I've found a lot of the time these things cry out for help, and they're saying, help me, and showing their emotions on it, which is, it can, you know, it's kind of upsetting thinking that you might have been communicating with something that's crying out for help, and you've got no way of helping it. How, you know, how do you help these things? It's sad to think that you've gone to this location, you've took the time, they've took the time to come forward and try and communicate with you, and then you're leaving them and just leaving them, and you've heard that they're upset and everything like that, and crying saying help me, and it's like, oh my god, I haven't been able to help them. How can you help them? I don't know if you can. But yeah, so I'll just show you the Echovox itself and some of the settings and how I use it. My version is a 2.0 and it costs $12.99 off of the Apple store. Quite a while ago now. I've had mine ages, so I think there's probably a new version out. And there was older versions as well, but I'm happy with my version. It does the job and it's very good. So yeah, I'll just show you that now. Alright, so here it is. And basically there's various different ways you can use it. Right, okay, you've got different banks. I don't know how well you can see that on here. Okay, you've got bank A, bank B, and that is it. You've got these little pull-out things, which is a speed control and a mic gain. I always have the mic gain set to high so that it's nice and clear and loud. These, you can alter these little buttons here, just tinker about with them just to try and get the best settings. They just change the way things come through slightly. And then over this side, you've got enable auto blend, and I always have that one set on. And what that does is that starts this circle turn, and I'll show you in a sec. You've got the echo button here. If you press that in, that will make the echo resound like I described earlier. Play, that's basically to play back the session that you've just recorded after you've pressed start. Like I said, I never use that. I always use an external camera because then it's better, it's easier to analyze it. So yeah, that's that. The file browser will be where your recordings are housed, but I never use that, so I can't really say about that. This delay here, you've got 0, 3, 5 and 10. I tend to switch between 3 and 10 mainly. And what that does is, I think it delays the words and things as it comes through. So it makes it come through a little bit slower. So here we go. We'll try it now. Okay. Oh, this is the external speaker I use. Mine's on a wire, which you just plug in. And you need that to make it nice and loud. So I'm just powering on. Switch that on now. Sorry if this video is really shaky and rubbish. But that's what happens when you're trying to film from something else that's not on a tripod. So here we go, let's make a start. Okay, I'm going to go to enable auto blend. Might help if the phone's turned up as well. And there's nothing coming through at the moment for some reason. Because the speaker wasn't turned up. So here we go. So there's those. I'm going to put on 10. This is on bank A on 10. Just said stay. Bank B. I'm now going to try the echo. Oh, just said my name again. Right, if I now talk, it should record my voice again. Right, if I now talk, it should record my voice again. Okay? Right, stop. Right, if I now talk, it should record my voice again. Okay? Right, stop. And it should.
powering off.
It should turn off when you press stop, but for some reason it's not. So disable the auto blend. And that's how you do it. There was a lot coming through there. Right. So yeah, that's pretty much how you use it. Quite simple settings really, and it's just a case of toying around with them when you're using it to get the best settings that you can hear coming through clearly. It said quite a few words there. It always generally does, but I don't know if you heard it, but I heard my name again, and there was some clear words there. That's not to say there's anything in this house. I don't know. But yeah, you can get the general gist. If you start using it or do use it, and I'd love to hear some of your thoughts and reviews of this little device. I mean, I personally love it, and I'll always keep using it because it's just really good and it fascinates me. And like I say, if I put that through the computer now and listened back, I'd be able to pick up words there, but I don't know what I'd make of it. But with actually going out and paranormal investigating at locations, what I'm looking for there are intelligent responses relating to the area, the people that have died there, things that have gone on, things that people have experienced, seen, witnessed, everything like that. And that's what I personally use it for. So yeah, thanks for taking the time to watch. So until the next, I have to do them weekly. I'm not doing it for the love of it, although it is good. I do like doing them most of the time, but yeah, I have to do them. So until the next Friday, bye for now.